Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool tarot reading, and this is Dee Fernandez, your tarot reader, your psychic, your astrologer, and your past life regression practitioner. Yeah, let's see what we have. And those past life readings are about healing. They are. Let's see what we got here. Healing, kind of sometimes subtle things that we don't kind of know that we are carrying. But let's see here what we have for you guys, Sagittarius. Take what fits and leave the rest out, please. They are general readings. And we start with communication. And she's doing her, basically, her smoke signals here, right? And she's in front of this building. And we see the swirl here. And in some ways, on some, like this here is called the Merkaba, but they are using the swirl. Yeah, there's a lot to that. It's a very divine shape or symbol. And communication, let's get another card. And we also have awareness. Yeah, somebody, there's, this communication can be somebody's going to communicate with you, right? Or call you, text you, whatever. But it can also mean that, this is communication from the divine. And that's why we have awareness here, spiritual awareness. So this means that somebody is understanding, possibly getting downloads, but not necessarily, or conscious downloads, if you know what I mean. But they're just they're trusting their intuition. That is the best way to put that. They are understanding this communication. Could be a powerful realization too, from and kind of an awakening, right? Communication and awareness. Yeah. And let's see what else we have for you guys, Sagittarius. And we have prosperity. Okay, nothing wrong with that one. Very cool. This is a full moon here. There's two full moons here in these cards. And we're having a full moon on September the 7th, a Pisces full moon. And that will be a lunar eclipse, lunar eclipse. And that's going to be very cool. Now, the full moon lunar eclipses are about endings and things culminating. So something could be definitely culminating here, coming to a head, peaking. Yeah, and let's look at this communication card. I just want to see what they say. And this is communication is key with other humans, perhaps, but more importantly, with your spirit guides and teachers. You see, practice your listening and speaking skills both in this physical world and in the spiritual realm. There is much that you need to say and even more that you need to hear to strengthen your relationship to spirit. Yeah, I seek with clarity and kindness. I listen attentively without prejudice or prejudgment. I ask questions and cultivate curiosity. This is how we have a profound understanding of who we are. And that really helps you move through this world when you understand who you are. And if you don't, on a deep level, then you will, most likely. But, most likely, most people will as they get older, right? For some people, for some of us, it's younger. I mean, it wasn't for me, but yeah, when we go through life with awareness, life is so much easier, right? We're trusting, we're open, and open to receive. Yeah, and so we have adventure, and there is an adventure here. There is. Wow, very cool. And here is the fairy. She's looking down here at the mountains and the ocean here. And she's in her shell. She's in a seashell. And she is looking down and contemplating an adventure, right? Here is the full moon again. And then we have celebrate differences. All right, so celebrate differences is usually what it is. It's, maybe you and this person, Sagittarius, are from different cultures. Maybe you have different... it's usually about qualities, though, and how we kind of... our own qualities, our own embodiments, like, the way we behave and things like that. So there could be differences here, but it could be, hey, you support me and I support you, or we're different, but we actually vibe, right? Or that kind of support one another, right? And so, yeah, so let's see what else we have. If you want to get a psychic reading with me, Sagittarius, you sure can. I always check for accuracies, and I have lots of fun ones. We can do a live video call. I can record that, or you can have your own just video without the live part. And if you don't understand somebody, you don't know them, you don't trust them, or you need your own insight. Yeah, I'm also a life coach. So yeah, and everything is below in the description box. And Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, and you can also get you can get a tarot reading with me for sure. You choose the formatting. You can get a past life session. Yeah, those are really, very cool, and I think some people are afraid of them, but hey, no, they're very empowering. Yeah, and we have fertility. Okay, and here she is, and her heart chakra is gleaming here, and it's green. The heart chakra is green, and it stands for fertility and abundance. It does, because when we work with the heart, when we come from the heart and we trust the heart and what we want, that is how to create abundance. Yeah. So let's get started. We have movement, choices, decisions, and the waiting game. And this is the Two of Wands, right? So everything is in the description box, Sagittarius, right? All right. So, the overall energy here is the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands is the challenging energy. The Two of Pentacles is movement and choices and decisions. The Two of Wands here in this deck is the waiting game. So we see the hourglass, right? But, it's way more than an hourglass because there's trees inside. And so this is more than, of course, 24 hours, right? But, this is in the challenge, the waiting game. So here is solitude. Somebody is in solitude and they've made a choice for movement. And the waiting game is, I don't know why somebody would want to wait here. Maybe they need solitude sometimes we need solitude for our mental health. Right? I mean, if you're young, you might not, but, you'll see is right. It is mental health. Solitude is definitely, because it's a form of meditation, right? Solitude and meditation is definitely for your mental health, spiritual health, and from there, it is for your physical health, right? Your emotional fuels your physical. Yes, it does. So let's get a card here on the waiting game, though, and see what that's about. And we have emotional loss. Yeah, somebody here has suffered something and they're in solitude. They have some emotional loss. This is the Five of Cups. They've lost something, so they need to heal. Yeah, and they need to heal. And we have the shadow card in this reading, which is highly interesting. So with the shadow card, we can know that something happened here. Somebody was, most likely, they could be working on their shadow now. But the shadow side is about, it's about facing what you feel like is either wrong with you or facing your fears, basically, right? It can be, it can have to do with your vices and things like that. But everybody has a shadow side to a certain degree. It is when it gets very big, like the ego, that, we can have like an elephant in the room, right? There can be problems. So let's get one more card here on this solitude card too, and spiritual strength. Yeah, see, somebody is in solitude, healing, and they are drawing on their own spiritual strength. They could have been meditating. They could understand here that they probably maybe just understand that when you're alone, the solitude can bring in healing, after the introspection, things like that. We have awareness here, and again, we have it twice, right? We have it in the oracle spread, and we have it right here. And he's the magician, the number one. And so this is external to you. So this person, most likely, or, this person is the one probably who's had some type of an awakening, and they had an awakening from a difficult situation here. That's what happens when the psyche feels something jarring, traumatic. We can also, or just, unsettling, emotional loss is unsettling, right? So when we have that, this is when we can awaken and we can become stronger, right? And, we might first suffer, we might, but then we get stronger. We have the heart chakra with it. You see, somebody's trusting their intuition, they're trusting their heart, and whoever is doing this is doing the right thing for sure for their own well-being. Yeah, excuse me, and spiritual growth. The sacrifice card is what's on somebody's mind, yours or theirs, Sagittarius. That sacrifice card is um, the Hanged Man, and we see the lovely native girl here, and she's praying, and the rainbow is above her, and the flowers are in the sky, and the petals are just coming down here on her. But she's praying for something, and she knows that a sacrifice has to be made in order to have this rainbow, like, happiness for her, right? We have it with trapped in fear. Wow. So somebody here was sacrificed something and it created fear. Maybe they sacrificed like let somebody go, because that's what this is. The 12th house, this is the Hanged Man. The sacrifice card is the number 12, which is based on the 12th house of Pisces. And it is based on closure. I mean, there's a lot to, the 12th house and every house, but it is based on closure because it's the last house, the 12th house, endings and dissolution, dissolving things because of the Piscean water. Let things dissolve, right? And the trapped in fear, somebody was trapped in fear here. Whoever made this sacrifice, and this is the 8 of Swords, right? Where you feel like you can't get out, but you can. And this person knows this, but this emotional loss from some type of sacrifice has caused like fear here. But the fear is, the downplay here, because we have awareness here, which is keeping things in check, really. I mean, and we have intuition, and this is the High Priestess, and she's here with the Three of Wands, and this is partnerships and alliances, and we see these two hands holding each other. So this is about somebody in the past who has, trusted their intuition that this alliance with you, Sagittarius, is like a spiritual alliance. It's like you're meant to be together. You definitely, this person, maybe they feel like they've known you in a past life, but there's a cosmic connection, is my point. And material harvest is the 9 of Pentacles. He's here with money and fruit and a money bag and some type of potion here, and he's very happy. He's being thankful for it. I believe he is, by his gesture here. It looks like he's meditating and being grateful. God, gratitude is the easiest thing you can do to lift yourself up and put yourself into a higher vibration in order to manifest a better life. It is the most simplest thing you can do for that, right? Yeah. For a better you, for a better day, for a better life, for a better month, and all that, right? So this is the concern here, though, the material harvest. Maybe somebody has a lot of money, could be. That's interesting. We're going to get another card, and we have recognition and reward. This is a concern. Well, somebody may want to share with you their material world, Sagittarius, and I feel like this is some type of gratefulness. That's what this is about in the concern, kind of. This person, they have recognized you because we have intuition and the partnerships and alliances. This person has recognized you intuitively as their partner, as I was saying. And this 9 of Pentacles, this could be connected to, I'm not sure, but there is a lot of gratitude. There really is in this card, in this reading, because somebody has sacrificed something. And when you sacrifice something, you are basically recognizing that has to be done, right? So, but there's just some humility here, and this awareness is bringing all this into play, Sagittarius, where somebody recognizes you. They may want to reward you as well. They may want to reward you like with, materialism, or, maybe they want to buy you a house or share their wealth with you or something like that. That could be going on here as well. Yeah, and we have deception and envy in the psyche here, in the environment, maybe the physical environment as well. When we see deception and envy there, That's kind of a trip. And he's taken off his mask. So for me, it looks like maybe he was trying to, trick somebody else, kind of, or lying, or he could have been deceiving himself, right? He definitely could have been. We'll get another card. We have passion ignited. Yeah, so this means that somebody didn't know who they were really passionate about. That's really what that means. Somebody went through an awakening here and they're like, whoa, Sagittarius is the one. And this theme has been kind of persisting, and it is beautiful, though. It really is. This could be you, Sagittarius, where your passion has been ignited and you are realizing that this is the person for you. Yeah, and like in every way, because of this awareness, right? Um, this person could have realized they were lying to themselves about how much they really were passionate about you, right? Yeah, for sure. Mental conflict, the Two of Swords. This guy always looks like Eminem to me, kind of. And so here he is, and this is in the hopes and fears. This person could be conflicted, right? There's two of these guys, right? One's inside, one's outside, the same guy. But this could be just about, the Two of Swords is about mental conflict. It is, in a gist, right? So, but they could be hoping that you're not going to have any mental conflict as well. I feel like what's going on here, though, is that this person has chosen you and made a sacrifice, and now they are conflicted as to like what will become of it, right? Yeah. And also we have the crown chakra. Look at that. So that's kind of a trip. So this is connecting to universal consciousness. This is when you are really aware, and you are definitely aware of your own divinity, aware of your intuition, and you are living that type of a spiritual. Something could have happened here, and the concern could have been that somebody had a lot of money, material harvest. The concern, like in a negative way, like, yeah, I have all this money here, material harvest, because it's in the concern, but but I recognized here that something is far more important. I feel like that's what this reading can be as well, for sure. And in the potential outcome is the shadow. Somebody has faced who they really are, faced their dark side, faced their shadow side. And maybe that's what the sacrifice is about too. But somebody realizes that they were, acting and, managing their life really for much of their shadow, which, can be about fear and arrogance and unconscious patterns that we don't understand about ourselves, right? Yeah, we'll get a card on that too. Highly interesting with the solar plexus chakra. Oh, really interesting here. So the solar plexus is about your desires and what you really want, right? Your life force energy, what you're going after. Yeah, very interesting. Or what you want to go after, right? With the shadow, somebody might have not gone after, not like reached out for you, Sagittarius, because they were acting maybe with fear, or their whole life they were kind of, or, just the way they were acting in their life, or, managing their life was with this negative, with the shadow. But here he's facing his shadow side, right? This is supposed to be the moon. The moon is about things that are hidden from us, right? Because there's no light. It's not like the sun. And that is one aspect of the moon. So when we have the moon, there are unconscious patterns as well. Yeah, Pisces, I was talking about that before. The original planet, ruling planet for Pisces, was the moon in ancient times, and now it is Neptune and Jupiter. Yeah, it is. So Jupiter was the ancient. It was, and but now they gave it to Neptune, but it's really very much still very much Jupiter. So anyway, in the long and the short of it here, Sagittarius, is that this is about somebody who has life force. Their desires are to be with you, and they feel that deep in their soul. And you are one of their, you are all about their life force energy and what they want to do with that. And that is to be with you here, with the shadow. And the very cool part is that they have faced their shadow now. So there is, whoever this is, if this is you, then you're definitely reaching a peak of major maturity in your life, and you're able to do whatever you want from here on out. Yeah, you are. I believe that once the shadow is confronted, right, and we have awareness here, so we see what's going on. If it's for your person, they were never ready before, and they're ready now. All right. There's a lot of love in this reading, because we have sacrifice and awareness. and this choice here, and it is coming from the solar plexus and their intuition. Thank you so much for joining me here, you guys. If you want to get a reading with me, they're lots of fun. Check out the description box below. Please like, share, and subscribe. It does help me to keep these videos coming to you, Sagittarius, with the YouTube algorithm.